Hello everyone, welcome to this video. I'm going to test OSArmor with some recent malware samples. They are from the past 2 or 3 months. We have various kind of malware families and types. We have batch scripts, cab files, CHM files, CMD scripts, malicious Word documents, executables that are digitally signed, HTA scripts, HTML files, IMG and ISO files, malicious scripts, LNK files, MSI installers, PDF files and Excel documents. I will use basic protection profile with 4 additional options enabled. I will enable block signers not present in trusted vendors. This option is useful to block malware that are digitally signed with a valid certificate. So if the vendor that signed the malware is not present in our trusted vendors list, it will be blocked. This is our trusted vendors list. We added the most popular vendors. Then I will enable block processes signed with an expired certificate. And then I will enable block unsigned processes on user space. This option may generate some alerts for legit applications if they are unsigned or if they execute processes that are unsigned. So you should make sure to use applications that are digitally signed with a valid certificate. And then I will enable block execution of unsigned MSI installers. Okay, let's start testing. We start with batch scripts. These will copy certutil on the temporary folder, and then it will execute certutil to download the remote payload. This one is obfuscated and uses PowerShell. And this one is obfuscated and uses PowerShell to download a remote payload. Now we have cab files. We have to extract them. I will extract on desktop folder. This is an executable masked as an order. Executable masked as a PDF. And this one is blocked with this protection option. We have CHM files. This uses PowerShell. This one CMD. PowerShell. And CMD. Now we have CMD scripts. This uses obfuscated code. Same. And this one, same, and uses PowerShell to download the remote payload. Now we have malicious Word documents. This uses PowerShell. This one CMD. And this one dropped the payload on this folder and then executed the payload. Same. it dropped the file on the temporary folder and then executed the payload. This uses MSHTA, a system process. This one uses Explorer, another system process. Same. This one CMD. And this one require a password. Okay, we have to click on the PDF icon. It asks to open a malicious script. Now we have executables. All these malware samples will be blocked because they are unsigned and on user space. So this is the option that blocks the malware. Now we have signed malware samples. This one is signed with an invalid certificate. Same. Same. This is an IceID sample that is signed with a valid certificate. It is blocked because the vendor is not present in our trusted vendors list. A netwire sample that is signed with a valid certificate. And again, it is blocked because the vendor is not present in our trusted vendors list. This uses an expired certificate. And this sample uses another valid certificate. So it is blocked because, again, the vendor is not present in our trusted vendors list. Now we have HTA scripts. By default, OSArmor will block HTA scripts, so they will be all blocked. Now we have HTML files. So these automatically download a zip file. It contains an executable. And it is blocked by this protection option. Okay, same technique. The zip file is downloaded. In this case, it is an MSI installer, masked as a PDF file, double file extension. And it is signed, but the vendor is not present in our trusted vendors list, so it is blocked. These require a password. Okay, same technique, zip file, in this case ISO file, password, and it is a LNK file. You can see the small icon at the bottom left. Let's check the target. what it is. It uses a system process to load the DLL, the payload. Let's show hidden files. This is the payload. Let's try. Okay, same. Zip file, ISO file, password, LNK file. Let's show hidden files. There are 3 hidden files. And let's check the target. So it uses CMD to execute the payload. Okay, now we have IMG files. This is a Bumblebee sample that uses a lolbin. Let's check the target of the LNK file. It uses this system process, that is something new, to load this file. Let's show hidden files, and this file will then register and load the payload, the DLL file. And let's test. Now we have this sample, same technique, LNK file, system process used to load the DLL file. The DLL file is hidden. Same. Now we have ISO files. This one contains an executable masked as an order. This one contains a malicious script. A Bumblebee sample, same as the IMG samples, LNK file. CMD is used to execute the batch script. Let's show hidden files. And let's check the content of the batch script. Okay, it uses the system process to load the DLL file. Another Bumblebee sample, and same technique, system file to load the DLL file. The DLL file is hidden. This is a LNK file masked as an image, a JPEG. It uses PowerShell to execute the PS1 script. The script is hidden. This is an executable masked as an order. Malicious script. LNK file masked as an image, JPEG. It uses PowerShell to execute the PS1 script. Let's show hidden files, and let's check the content of the PS1 script. It opens the image, and then it uses this system process to load the DLL file. This is the DLL file. Let's test. System process used to load the DLL file. The other file is hidden. Executable masked as a PDF file. Malicious script masked as a PDF file, double file extension. Okay, now we have JS scripts. By default, OSArmor will block JS scripts, so they will be all blocked. LNK files. This one uses the system process mshta to download the remote HTA script. This one uses PowerShell. This one uses PowerShell again. And this one uses CMD and then curl to download the remote payload, and then this system process to load the downloaded payload. For Lina, now let's test this sample without OSArmor protection enabled. So it executed the payload. Let's re-enable OSArmor protection. This one uses PowerShell. Let's check the target. This one uses CMD. This one PowerShell. And this one CMD and curl to download the remote payload. Same, CMD and curl. Same. 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 PowerShell. And mshta to load the remote payload. Now we have MSI installers. We have two Magniber samples. One is unsigned. It is blocked with this option. And this one is signed with a valid certificate. And it is blocked because the vendor that digitally signed the MSI installers is not present in our trusted vendors list. Another sample that is, okay, this is obviously an invalid certificate. So it is classified as unsigned. Now we have PDF file. This sample will ask the user to open an Excel file. This is interesting because inside the quotes there should be the file name. Instead, you can see there is this text that is used to fool the user to open the Excel file. So by default, OSArmor blocks the execution of Excel documents from Adobe Acrobat. P files, they are blocked by default. PowerPoint, this uses MSHTA. This again MSHTA. This uses this system process to load the malicious payload. Same. And this one uses Explorer, another system process. We have this file type. They are blocked by default. Malicious scripts, they are blocked by default. Malicious scripts, blocked by default. And now we have Excel documents. In this one, we have to click on one of the two links. It uses this system process to load the payload. This one uses CMD. This one again CMD. MSHTA. In this one, we have to click on a button and uses Explorer. This one uses this system process to load the payload. Same. This uses CMD. And last sample. And it uses another system process. Okay, the test is over. All payloads have been blocked by OSArmor. So you can see that OSArmor can be a good additional protection layer for your system. Now let's take a quick look at the log files. Click on Open Logs folder. Here there are saved all log files of blocked events. If you open a log file, you can see all processes that have been blocked. That's all. Thank you for watching the video and I hope you enjoyed it.